Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to preview round 18 of the 2025 NRL Supercoach season. So the final big buy round for the season, so best 13 this week for Supercoach, but after that on the run home we're best 17 all the way and hopefully getting pretty close to our completed teams. So as usual, we'll look at the most popular trade-ins, trade-outs. Just interesting, I just noticed I've got the 6 highest scorers for the season all in my team. Doing all right there, and then it falls away a bit after that. But on the trade-outs list this week, number 1 is Luke Metcalf. So out for the season with the ACL. I hadn't followed up on the injury report, so I just saw that then live. So yeah, obviously a trade out. I'm going to do that next week as part of the mega upgrade. Is the plan, but we know not everything goes to plan. So yeah, I'm happy to hold this week. I've got enough coverage. That's fine. Nathan Lawson, so also out with the shoulder for a few weeks. Obviously, you're not trading out a lot of value there, but I guess depending on the setup of your centre wings, I know I'm trading him out this week just because I've either got keepers or I've still got a couple that are making some decent cash. So it sort of makes sense to sideways him at this week. Tommy Jenkins on the buy. Well done if you held. He's made 400k in total. Yeah, massive break even, so absolutely makes sense. Tino, so on the buy this week, and I guess a lot of people worried about the loss of value. So his break even's close to 100 next week, but I still see him as a keeper. I think you hold him. Obviously, if you are absolutely struggling for numbers this week, and for whatever reason he's the one you want to get rid of, then maybe. But I don't think he should be number 4 on this list. Nico Hines. So an interesting one on the buy this week. Hasn't been going terribly. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I guess if you're bringing in Jerome Hughes for this week, but I guess you'd have to be like a Cleary and Hines owner to justify that sort of move. But yeah, I guess I haven't got him, so I can't be too critical. But yeah, I think that's a weird one. Kalen Ponga, so how long's he out for? Not sure, so fair enough, trade him out. Couchman out for the season, so yeah, he is a trade out. Fletcher Sharp, if you've still got him, is a trade out. Asako, I guess few people bought him in as a bit of a cash maker, and he certainly has. I think he was at 500 under 500 a few weeks ago when people were targeting him. I don't know, 530 is about as low as he got, but he's made a quick 170k thanks to a couple of big scores there. So, yeah, I think that's a fair trade out. And Olaquatu is still injured. It's one of those ones, if you've held on this long, maybe you hang on till he comes back. But I guess as well, if you are looking for numbers this week, I think you can trade him out. On the trade in list, so number 1, Mark Nwangani-Tawase. I don't hate this move. Obviously, the Roosters are done with the buys now. I think he is a borderline keeper. Yeah, I'll probably just have him a little bit further down the list. But in saying that, he could easily end up becoming my centre wing 6 if sort of things go to plan over the next few weeks. And I have that ability to sort of upgrade and downgrade a couple of my cash cows there. Jed Stewart, so I thought he would be number 1 this week just because the bottom dollar price on the bubble, plays for a good team. I guess the knock is he hasn't probably got the work rate there around the tries. He has scored a try in both games and hasn't set the world on fire in terms of scoring. But I guess he's more of a facilitator. Like, in case of emergencies, he can play, but chances are he's just sort of making up the numbers in your squad. Cashing out a centre winger to use the money elsewhere. Jerome Hughes at number three. So, yep, the Storm have that clean run to the end of the year. Um, yeah, good matchup this week in particular. So, yeah, I think Jerome Hughes is the number one half to target this week. Jacob Preston, so keeper in the second row. Bulldogs don't have any more buys. Um, yeah, I've got him in my team, so big fan of that. James Tedesco, yeah, I think what was he number four overall for the season, so bring him in with confidence. Kea Weeks, this is a bit of a pod move. I don't know how they got the Dragons go with fullbacks. So 13th, so there's a chance he goes all right this week. I guess the break even's nice. The dual position's nice. There might actually be a few people using him at 5/8, which I just thought of. So yeah, I guess if you want a 5/8 this week and you can't afford a sort of top line option, not that I think there's too many playing this week. Maybe Matt Burton would be the best option. Um, but yeah, fair enough. Kane Bradley. So I'm assuming a few people bringing him in this week with him playing. It says he's in the starting team. I can't remember the Storm team. To be honest, I didn't do the team list video this week, so I didn't look at it too closely. But I can't imagine he was. Maybe he's playing in the centres or something, or maybe on the wing for Failon. I'm not too sure. Might have to look a bit closer at that. But yeah, having the cheap second row centre wing dual position's pretty handy. It's something I'm looking at targeting in the coming weeks. So maybe that's something we do now. Eli Katoa, I think, yep, keeper, bring him in. Scotty Drinkwater, you know, Cowboys aren't going great, but he did go well against the Titans, so he's not going to be cheaper next week, so bring him in. And Karapani, I guess, yeah, if people saying he's still got a lot of money to make, it probably just depends, but I probably wouldn't pay $400 for a moneymaker this late in the season. Um, So I might actually get on and have a quick look at the team list, see where this Kane Bradley's playing, because it might change my trades a little bit. So yeah, so he's on the wing in place of Farlow. Who's the other centre that's? Oh no, sorry, he's in place of Coates. So Joe Chan's in the centres, Anderson out to the wing. Yeah, probably should look at this team a bit closer. Yeah, so I guess a lot of their Origin guys are out. So that is interesting that he's on the wing. Coates would come back in. Um, who else have they got on the bench? I guess then the question is, does Joe Chan play centre next week, or does Anderson move back in for Coates? Hmm. Well, before we do that, anyway, I've jumped the gun a bit. We'll have a look at the captains for this week. Let's go with the top guys. So I'm recording this on Thursday night. You can probably tell from the lighting in the little camera frame at the top. But yeah, getting it done on Thursday night. I might even publish this one straight away. Was going to hold off till tomorrow, but no need to worry. But the most popular captaincy this week, and I think it makes sense, James Tedesco. So Sydney Roosters play, I think it's the second last game of the week, up against the Tigers. Um, so I'm pretty sure that's the day game as well. Um, Might not be actually, can't remember. But yeah, I think that's one you can absolutely get on. Um, Drinkwater at number two. I guess if you like his chances against an undermanned Storm team, then fair enough. Ryan Pappenhausen. So a few people think the Storm will still get the job done over the Cowboys, who haven't been great. Potentially. Actually, I just realised I'm on the NRL site. When do the Roosters play? Yeah, 2 p.m. on Sunday. That's perfect. You'd love to see that. Ruben Garrick in the last game against Souths. I guess if you've got him, potentially just noticed 94% of the top 10% own him. So maybe he is one we need to look at getting on. Although I guess where I am, it's no point following the pack because I'll just stay the same then. Stay distance away from them. Terrell May, always a captaincy consideration. Kalama Matangi hopefully bounces back this week against Manly. Farmworth on the bye. So again, a few players wouldn't have set their teams up yet. Um, Hopewadi, Travojevic in that Manly game in the last. It's at 4 points, so why not? Jerome Hughes, I think, could be a good shout as well against the Cows. In terms of VC, so Ryan Pappenhausen, the popular play. So, you're able to loop him into Teddy with the flex. It's pretty handy. Jerome Hughes, very similar in that sense. Um, Ruben Garrick. So, these guys we've all talked about. I guess the last couple, Kiraz, maybe a few people haven't got the memo that he's not playing because he's 18th man for New South Wales. And then Jacob Preston, as you can see, the one I've gone with just because he's the one sort of Bulldogs asset I have. A few people got Karapani. I guess I wouldn't have thought that against the defense of the Dogs, but and I guess as a Dogs fan, I really hope that doesn't pan out for that 1%. But for the 1% of us on Jacob Preston, I say us like I'm in the top 10%. I hope that's the winning ticket. So yeah, so in terms of my team this week, I wasn't going to do too much different to the previous video, which was Stewart in for Lawson. But the Kane Bradley move is very intriguing because I do currently have Beau Fermor sort of stuck on my second row bench, and obviously I want to bring him in here. So I don't. It's not that I really need Jed Stewart's money. It was more of like just in case because I've got a fair bit of cash in the bank. We've already got the plan to do the 3 upgrades next week, and we should have enough money to make all that happen. And then I was sort of thinking, to upgrade, downgrade Carapani and Smith with the gun and Nuff. That part of that was there was going to be a dual position guy to get Fermor back, but I think the Kane Bradley move isn't the worst. So I'm going to change that trade. Let's just filter by the Storm. It's probably the easiest way. I can find the Storm. There we go. So we'll bring in Kane Bradley. And how am I going on the bench? I've got 3 already. So I might as well just leave Bradley here. I don't have a full centre wing as it is. But then next week he'll swing into here, and Fermor can come back into the centre wing fold, which is pretty nice when you've got Farnworth, Kiraz, Lomax, Lucas. Obviously minus anyone who's on the bye next week. Don't really remember off the top of my head. Actually, does that impact my trades? I've just realised that I've gone early here. I forgot that I need the cash. So what do we got? 380 basically. 380. That's 260. 375. So should still be able to swing it. Metcalf and Cleary aren't going to change price. Savala, break even of 40. Should get that. Egan's on the buy, not going to change price. So, yes, unless Savala has an absolute stinker this week, I think we should be right. So, not giving myself a lot of wiggle room, but that's fine. And then what that actually does as well is gives us 7 injury trades because, no, sorry, 8. Can't count apparently. Because, yeah, I've used 1 trade, so I've got 11. -3 next week to basically finish the team with the 2 upgraded hookers, and obviously Donohue's going to be a bit more of a swingman. And also Cleary replacing Metcalf in the half. So we still got King Togia. Would be nice to be able to upgrade him at some stage. So maybe the upgrade downgrade is like a Billy Smith or Karapani and King Togia. Part of the issue is not too sure who I want at 5'8". It's not the most productive position this season. But as long as Campbell's back, I'm happy to plug and play him most weeks. If I do have to play LKT, so be it. But I've got enough trades, I think, to cover that anyway. So yeah, so pretty much it. As I said, Preston VC in the first game, hoping the Bulldogs have a good win. Teddy captain. I think that's just been smart. And yeah, we'll go from there. So that's the team going into this week. So we do have 14, I believe, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, and the three fullbacks is 14. So got the best 13. So even like Pasifiki Tonga's score is probably going to drop out. We do probably have to take whatever King Togia provides, but he's been going okay. So yeah, it's really just in case of emergency the Pasifiki Tonga score. So yeah, we'll wrap the video up there. I'm probably rambling at this point. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the Supercoach content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.